Yeah.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel once again. Today I am bringing you yet again another review from the Toronto International Film Festival, and of course today that's going to be Rustin, directed by George C. Wolfe, starring Colman Domingo and a slew of other big name actors that we all know and love. This was definitely one that was hyped up because of the performance of Colman Domingo, who obviously has been a key supporting player in many movies and TV series since he's hit the scene in the past 10 years and consistently been great in everything. And this was like his big moment to kind of like take this meaty role and really chew it up and show us what he's truly capable of. And of course the story too is about Bayard Rustin, who was really the key organizer behind the March on Washington in 1963, and the story of how he was pushed to the background because of his sexuality, and something he was very open with in fact. And this film finally gives justice to a very integral figure to the civil rights movement who perhaps didn't get the amount of respect that he deserved in his time. And I will say, from literally the first 5 minutes of this movie, I turned to my friend Ryan, I was sitting with him, I'm like, do you even recognize him? Like, Colman Domingo in this, by far the best performance of the entire year. And it's a very showy role, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because he completely just is so energetic, bombastic, dynamic, and he leaps off the screen and you hardly even recognize him. He becomes Bayard Rustin in the flesh, and I think this is a performance that will not only definitely get him a Best Actor nomination, but could catapult him to a win. Because I really, like, Best Actor, this is one of the tightest races we've seen in years, but I would not count Colman Domingo out in regards to winning this award. It is just unbelievable, his work in this movie, and I think that combined with George C. Wolfe's very energetic directing is what makes this really stand out from a lot of films that are in a similar vein, like Selma, perhaps, but I just absolutely love what they do with the energy of this film. Because sure, we've seen movies like this before, but I think, yet again, what George C. Wolfe brings to this. And of course, I have to mention the score by Branford Marsalis is just absolutely amazing. A very, very jazz infused score that just is so bombastic, jumping all over the place. It really yet again adds to the energy level that this film is presenting, but also the exploration into Bayard Rustin as a figure in the civil rights movement and to his own personal life and sexuality, because I think that's really where this film is at its most interesting, exploring his personal lives and the prejudices and barriers that were set up against him is really, really compelling, because this is someone who cared so deeply about the civil rights movement, but time and time again was just relegated to the background. And it's really great because, of course, the Obamas produce this with their production company. It's really great to see this story brought to life in such a way, because I think it is almost a character study of sorts. Of course, it is a biopic. And as I said, like, you have seen this before, but it does stand out from being just another generic biopic because of those reasons. I almost absolutely loved this film, so I was overjoyed at how much I ended up actually eating this film up, you could say. And of course, the supporting cast is great too. You got Glenn Turman as always, like he was in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, always consistently great. You have Chris Rock in here even, who is very good, you know. Didn't expect to see him here, but a pleasant surprise nonetheless. And of course, Mal Amin as Martin Luther King Jr. is really, really great. Definitely captures sort of the essence of him, but he's not like as standout as, you know, someone like David Oyelowo in Selma, for instance. And of course, I have to mention Jeffrey Wright as Adam Clayton Powell Jr. in this, who isn't in the movie very often, but whenever he's on screen, he's absolute dynamite. But I think one of the most standout supporting terms from this is from Johnny Ramey, and his character is certainly a very, very integral one to the plot and the story, and of course his relationship to Bayard Rustin is what is definitely a key point to this film. And I think what really kept me engaged, because I wanted to see the personal inner workings of Bayard Rustin's life and everyone around him, how they relate to his sexuality, and how maybe that plays a factor into their own lives as well. It really is such a vibrant and energetic film. It's not the best directed movie of the year or anything, but I think for what it's going for, it exceeds with flying colors. I would like to see this again, because as I said, came very close to loving this movie, but as I said, when it comes down to it, you've seen this type of story before. It's not breaking any new ground from a narrative standpoint, but I still feel in some ways there are pockets of it that are, when it comes to exploring this character. And I also suppose I was comparing this to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom a little bit as well, and I just don't think there are as many moments that leap off the screen like in that film, because of course, I mean, you don't have a scene where Chadwick Boseman is like pouring his soul into the screen. So I mean, maybe that's a bit of an unfair comparison, but I do like to compare directors' works to their previous films to kind of see how they stack up. And really great to finally see someone as important of a figure in American history like Bayard Rustin finally get the respect that he deserves. So yeah, guys, I'm going to give Rustin an 8 out of 10, a very, very high 8 out of 10 at that. I cannot wait to see Colman Domingo sweep up award seasons. I'm not saying it's going to happen, because obviously it's still early on. We still have to see how these players shape up. We have to see if the strike ends too. And but yeah, for my money, I would certainly put Colman Domingo right in front. This film is really going to be hard to top, and I could easily see this making my top 5 favorite performances of the year by the end of it. So yeah, guys, that was my review for Rustin, and let me know if you caught Rustin at TIFF, and are you excited to see Colman Domingo in his first meaty role as a lead actor? Let me know down in the comments below, and of course, smash the like button if you're new here, and subscribe to the channel. We'd love to get this growing community of film lovers and music appreciators alike to come together, and I really appreciate the support on all my videos, so thank you again for watching. And I am going to bring you one more review from TIFF, of Robot Dreams, which was the last movie I saw at the festival. I know there's a couple that I'm going to kind of glance over for now, but I might get back around to them later. And I cannot wait to talk about that one. So yeah, guys, until then, I will see you later.